Listen,
So
it's
what
not
we
like I
hear
need you to
Thursday
pay
night
bills,
is not
so.
paid till the next week.
There you go.
Is that right, Mike?
What's that?
What you sign on
we're ready.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a pen.
Alrighty. How many did you get? I'm passing mine in this week, I think. I got 32.
All right, everybody.
I think
Good
that's
evening,
enough, right?
Good evening, everyone. This is the
hers-
planning board meeting for
She's got yours.
December 16th. All right, let's come to attention, everybody. Get on with the meeting. Thank you. Sorry I'm late. Whose are these? Oh, these. Let's do it. It's okay. We're passing around nomination papers here tonight. The first item on the agenda tonight is a public hearing for Mr. Bunting for a 3-lot subdivision. And Mr. Bunting, if you want to go to the, I don't know if these people are here for your,
Yes, they're all my neighbors.
they're all your neighbors. Okay, great. So if you just give us a brief overlook of what it is you're doing. We already know, but for the
Yep,
public, we
yep.
need to say it again.
2 years ago, we sold 2 lots, which was the limit every 5 years. And we're getting ready to sell our remaining farmland to Blaze Brewing and need a subdivision in order to do that. That's
Pretty
the
simple.
whole thing.
Right. It's just for the public's information.
Yep,
When a lot is divided into more than 2 lots, 3 lots is a minor subdivision, and it requires a notification of all the neighbors and a public hearing, which is what tonight is, and then the board usually votes on it same evening unless we hear. So what I'm going to do now is opening the meeting up to anybody that wants to speak, pro or con.
yep.
Okay? Anybody that wishes to make a statement, pro or con? Have any comment, concerns? Anything you want the board to address? If you go to the mic and state your name and address, please.
I'm Joe DeSanza, live at 126 Doles Ridge, and a butter to Earl. Just curious, you mentioned Blaze. So is this about Blaze or 2 additional lots?
Just about Blaze.
Oh.
But if you go to the mic, Earl, so that everybody can hear your explanation.
Because we sold 2 lots 2 years ago,
Right.
we have to have a subdivision including all 3 lots.
And the 3rd lot is Blaze?
Yes.
Okay. So this isn't about new construction?
No.
I could have stayed in my pajamas. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to make a comment? All right, hearing none. Does close the public hearing, and does anyone on the board have questions? We think we're pretty familiar with this, but
The color pajamas?
color is,
Covenant.
what
He wants
color
to
is
know the
his
color of the
pajamas?
pajamas.
Multicolored.
You know this is going in the notes, right?
No questions from the board?
All set.
We discussed that this isn't an abutting lot, right? It isn't an abutting lot?
I thought it
I mean,
was.
if they own this, right? Blaze?
No,
They don't own it.
not yet.
Oh, they don't own it
No.
yet?
That's the one that he needs to
That's what
split
we're
off so he
trying
can
to-
sell it.
Yeah.
It's a abutting lot, you wouldn't even have to do this.
Yeah.
That I know.
Okay, I guess there aren't any.
Quickest public hearing I ever had.
Yeah. Hearing none, all right. So what we're going to do for the moment is there's another gentleman here. Mr. Morales, is he here?
No.
No.
No?
Well, he's scheduled
Oh,
at
he's not
7:30,
scheduled till
so-
7:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he
So,
doesn't need
so,
to be here,
so
yeah.
we'll go ahead with our vote then.
Okay, sounds good.
That makes sense to me.
Then it's over and done.
Basically, it's pretty simple. It's a matter of approving. A minor subdivision is a pretty simple process to go through. He's submitted his plans in order for the sale, et cetera, to go forward. This is a technicality that he had to,
What page, Joyce?
19 in the subdivision law.
19.
That's the beginning of review and approval.
Okay.
We've posted the public hearing. We have 30 days. We're not going to take those 30 days. We're going to do it tonight. From my point of view, and please, any board member, correct me if I'm wrong here, it's a matter of determining findings of fact, which is that Mr. Bunting had sold 2 lots previously, or separated 2 lots previously, and this being the 3rd lot, he has to come before the planning board to make it a 3-lot subdivision, even though it's not going to be a housing subdivision. This is going to be a part of Blaze Brewing's adventure up on Dole's Ridge. Does anyone have any concerns, questions, conditions they want to apply? There's no infrastructure as far as roads are concerned, because they're all abutting Dole's Ridge Road, so there's no need for any roads to be built. And when just to clarify too for people, when Mr. Blaze decides to move forward with his project, that's entirely different, and he will come before us again. He will. Mr. Bunting will be out of the picture at that point, I'm assuming. And Mr. Blaze will go through this same process. He will submit plans for a conditional use permit with his buildings, his parking, and all the other things that are required. And another public hearing will be held before his establishment can move forward. So this is just the beginning of an opportunity for people to address that situation. Board have any conditions they want to apply, or if not, will someone make a motion to approve the excuse me, just 1 minute. Does the subdivision have a name? I don't have my plan in front of me.
No, not really.
What does it say in the legend on the?
I called you up, remember?
Yes. My wife said Dole's retirement plan.
All right, is there a motion to approve Mr. Bunting's request for a 3-lot subdivision on Dole's Ridge Road?
Make a motion,
Is there a second? Bob seconded it?
Daryl made it?
Yes.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor? Pretty straightforward.
Great, thank you.
We do need a plan to sign from, there has to be a plan because you have to record this at the registry as a subdivision. I'm not, my concern about it not having a name is, I'm not.
Well, I think Donna and I had kind of agreed that it would just be Bunting.
But, well, when, correct me if I'm wrong, on the final plan, it does need to have a name, does it not?
It should have a name.
Yeah, okay. So when if you want to bring back the final plan for us to sign, you should have whatever name you want to assign to it. I don't care. You need to have it on there.
And what do you need?
We need this in a final version.
Okay.
If this is it, but you don't want preliminary on it. They will not accept.
Not folded.
Yeah, and straight, not folded, yeah,
Several copies.
yeah. How many copies is it,
I
Donald?
don't know, Daryl knows, don't you?
Well, let me see.
One for the office, one for them.
Yeah, and one for the selectman's office
Do
and
we
one
not
for the.
need a Mylar anymore, I guess?
No, they don't do Mylars.
Used to be.
Well, it says 8, but
No,
we don't need 8.
say 3 or 4.
Well, no, there's 1, 2,
Selectmen.
3. There's the
Registry.
the registry, so 4, I guess you're right, 4,
All right.
okay? And you can drop them off at
Yep.
Craig's office, and the next time we meet, which will be probably not till the first Monday in January.
Which is the
That's
5th,
the 6th.
6th? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, January 6th, yeah. We will sign them then. If we do not have anyone to be on our agenda on the 6th, if you leave them the plans with, because you can't register them until we sign it. We could each come in and I'm pretty sure we can all find time sometime during the day to come in Craig's office and sign them. So the sooner you get the final copy into him, the sooner we'll
It'll
be.
be in the next day or two.
Okay. And Craig can let us know that it's here, and then we can, because well, actually, we will be meeting on the 6th because we have an application for a gentleman over on Durgan Farm Road, and so we'll be holding a public hearing on his application on the 6th, so we will be meeting on the 6th. So that would be, anytime after the 6th, you can register it, okay?
And how do I go about doing that?
Craig can, I believe you just take it to the registry and
Registry.
Registry of Deeds down in Alfred, isn't Alfred? Yeah, at the York County Registry of Deeds. And they will, you can, if you have any concerns or questions, you can always call them, or you can show up.
Do I just need the plan, or do I need the description as well?
Yeah. Well, do they record the description? I've never
think so.
recorded a
It's on the
plan
deed.
before.
I
The deed, probably,
I think the description is on the deed.
on the deed, you have the deed?
Not yet.
All right, well,
Okay.
yeah, I would have that, I guess.
Well,
Go ahead.
Wait a minute, the deed to that should be going with that plan. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Okay, so we
Right.
need the deed.
But he's not gonna have a deed until he sells that.
Right.
Till that piece closes.
right. So the deed's gonna be in your name. You own the property right now, and you're the one that's doing it. So whatever your deed is for your property that you own,
Oh, okay.
and then when Mr. Blaze comes in, he will have to bring us the deed showing us that he has actually purchased it from you, and then it moves forward.
And that will get registered.
Yeah.
And we can't
Right.
close until it's recorded?
I
No,
don't
you
know,
can,
ha-
you
The
can
deed
record that.
records it.
Huh?
The deed records it, doesn't it? You record it when you do the deed.
Record it, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you record it at the registry, yeah. I don't know the answer to that. You'd have to, Mr. Blaze would have to ask his lawyer. I mean, I'm not, I don't like to give advice if I'm not absolutely 100% sure of what I'm saying. So, but I'm sure there are lawyers involved, as there is with any sale, so just ask them what steps have to be taken,
Okay.
okay?
Any subdivision that I ever researched was at the town, not down the deeds. There was never any copies that I ever found down there, only the deed,
No copy of the subdivision?
not that I ever saw.
Really?
But they have to bring that down there. That is recorded.
Why do they ask for deeds then? I mean, why do they ask for copies of the subdivision?
Well, the town keeps one.
Right.
And I think the last one we did, they wanted 3 for themselves, I don't know why. We signed 4.
I don't know why.
What
we-
subdivision was that, Darrell?
Colby.
The Colby, we signed his,
You
We
have
Yeah,
to
I said
have,
we did 4, they wanted
Yeah.
3 and we kept 1.
they being,
Colby's
Colby.
I
engineer.
think
Yeah.
he gave me one.
yeah.
He-
Craig
Every
has, to-
subdivision I've ever worked with, I used to drive them to the registry.
we
when I
don't
worked my
do
other
that
job.
anymore. We don't do that anymore.
They still record plans.
But you don't drive it there.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't, but they have to have the plan
right,
recorded.
exactly, yeah. You need to take and I know that they don't want it folded.
Yep.
So,
So where do they keep those down there?
I haven't a clue.
Because all I had to
haven't
do was get the plan from the town and then check to make sure whoever owned it.
You know, the other thing that I recall is that didn't they just pass a rule there that they wanted a smaller plan?
I don't remember.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
Because
I
I can't
would
imagine
su-
where you'd keep all these
Yeah.
rolled up things.
Yeah, I would suggest that you call the York County Registry of Deeds
Yeah.
in Alfred and
Yeah,
ask
small.
them what size plan they did. I know they don't like it folded, and as I recall, they didn't like these humongous things here. They wanted a smaller version. But it's best that you find out to make sure that we're not giving you the wrong advice.
Yep. All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, it sounds a little confusing, but, okay, why don't we do the minutes? I don't think I had any corrections.
No, I didn't.
I never saw that.
Donna,
Yes,
we have to talk, I had no idea who this person was. I had no idea. I didn't know you had a
heard they
copy.
were
I
gonna do that.
I called twice. I did leave a couple of messages on your answer machine at home,
we're at home.
but, so I didn't, no, not that number.
It's a mechanical garage. I didn't know about it till Friday.
Ooh, Craig said he left it off. I
He,
don't,
he,
but we need to straighten this out, because I didn't know what to put on the agenda, except that it was,
I thought you had the right thing on there.
well, I don't have I didn't have a name,
The name's on the application.
but I didn't even have the application.
I guess I thought you knew about it, I'm sorry.
No,
Craig brought it in my office, I just assumed it.
Okay, why don't we, if you haven't read the minutes previously, please read them, and if you have any corrections.
It looked okay to me.
Yeah, I didn't have any myself.
You did a great job.
Well, the four women at the table concur. Wasn't that much to type, I got it done pretty fast.
You did. That might be why, because you did it fresh.
We don't need this.
It was easy minutes, sometimes they're hard.
I think we're gonna have a,
That's the stuff.
Donna, you did a great job summarizing last year. You did a great job summarizing our last year. That was very helpful.
yeah, that
Oh,
one.
I do that every year now.
That was excellent.
I never do it, I always header it off, I don't have to deal with it.
Who's pointing something out?
We're just making sure the minutes look okay. But we haven't found anything, so.
I think Bob has a minor correction.
Oh, Bob does? Okay, Bob.
Well, it's not earth-shattering, but, under Bunting subdivision at first,
Paragraph.
Yeah.
right about in the middle, 1, 2, 3 lines down, there's a sentence that begins with Earl is
Yeah.
now creating, we don't need that, that's totally redundant. Earl is now creating a subdivision, we already know that, you already said that before.
So just take out that sentence. Starting with Earl is creating a subdivision.
Okay,
You can leave in the lot 1 as shown on the plan is the large parcel being sold, that's fine.
Just take out the sentence before that, yeah.
go on.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, it's just,
Redundant.
Yeah.
Anybody else with any comment?
Picky.
Everybody?
that's all I see off the top of my head.
All right, hearing no other corrections, is there a motion to approve the minutes as corrected?
I'll make a motion.
Approve.
Victoria made the motion, Bob seconded.
Okay.
All in favor? Unanimous vote. I think you all got a copy of the notice of decision for Ray Marshall. And Darrell pointed out to me that it had in there that the tents would be on, what do you call them, platforms?
I don't see it here, but it was in the one you sent, the final one, because I mean, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because
believe
what I,
that's-
yeah, what
that
I
was the
did,
intent,
I
wasn't
do
it?
too.
Yeah.
I think it was the
Yeah.
intent.
That way
yeah,
it sort of makes them permanent
yeah.
as to where the sites are gonna be.
Yeah. Yes, but
No.
I either picked that up,
One you sent, because that
Yeah.
was a good idea.
Yeah.
I either picked that up out of the campground section of the ordinance, or I remembered us, at some point in time, there have been so many times that he's been in and we've been talking, but it was just in the back of my mind that we had either mentioned it or it was in here, and is it a problem with anybody? I mean, it makes sense to
No, it
have
makes
it.
absolutely,
It does
when it was mentioned to him in the first part of it, he sort of stepped right over it, he didn't
Yeah.
really
Well, that's why he, and he did call me, shortly after I got it written. He was going to, meet with his lawyer, I think it was, or something. So he does have the notice of decision, and he's moving forward with whatever, I guess it was finance people that he was meeting with, so, anyway,
So do we need to add something to this?
no,
You can't really add to minutes.
No, I
It's-
just brought
But
that
it's on
up.
the notice of decision, which is the more
That, I
important.
didn't understand what was missing. What did you say needed to be added?
Nothing needs to be added.
that
It's
doesn't
a
have to be on
fact
the
that,
No, but it's on the notice of
It's already
decision
in
that
the
all of them
notice.
will be
Oh,
on a
okay.
platform. It just
Okay.
wasn't in the minutes, but it's okay.
well, it's,
I didn't put it in
the,
minutes.
well, the
That sort of makes
minutes,
it a permanent where the
Right.
locations are.
the minutes
Not
for the
saying they couldn't pick
meeting
it
were
up and
for
look at
that
something, okay.
night, and we had discussed this in previous
Oh, right,
meetings.
right.
So these minutes only refer to what we talked about, but that doesn't mean there weren't other
I don't believe
items that could be put, or should have been put in the notice of decision.
Be on the ground, yeah.
What's that?
I don't
Be level.
have
Level
anything
it up.
else to talk about until Mr. Morales gets
Well, we
here.
have 5
You got
minutes
4 minutes, according to my,
or 4. Yeah.
Did somebody call him?
something tells me he's gonna be a no-show.
I don't sure if anybody's talked to him.
You know, I can't understand is why they didn't just sell him that first piece, which he could have done, and then the second piece would have been subdivision.
Well, it's too late now.
I know.
I couldn't get you on the phone, and I couldn't, you know,
He might not be showing. Did you call him, Craig?
I hadn't, but when I spoke with him, I told him that he would be that the meeting was at 7 o'clock. and
Oh,
it was
okay,
today, so
okay.
And that he was scheduled for
Um,
7:30.
I don't know, I don't think I mentioned that to him.
Okay.
All right. I don't have my cell phone. Does anybody have a cell phone?
It's
Call this guy. Well, it's no sense in sitting around waiting if he's not coming.
Colby?
Phone number's right here.
Yeah. Bob, would you be willing to call him? Oh, you ring him up and I'll call him?
Oh, no, we
I'll
have-
talk
all
to
right,
him.
I'll ring
It's
him up.
400, right, 207, 400, 5001.
Say it again, 400?
Right here. 207
400
400 5001.
There you go,
5201.
there you go. Probably won't answer because you don't know the number.
Right.
I don't.
I don't either.
Not answering. Maybe he's on his way.
207
Yeah.
400500.
He's probably driving.
There's another phone number there too.
Right,
There is?
yes.
Mailbox is
It's
full and
this
he
one
can't,
for
Oh,
Ashley
you can't.
Waters, which is the
what
other
a-
person.
the,
They co-own it.
what about trying the 209 one?
Yeah,
No,
that's,
try it.
209 0492.
That's a weird number. 209-0492.
I think that some of the things you have in your notebook can be thrown out. If you want me to help you with that, I can do that.
That's all right, that, usually I leave it in the car and I haven't brought it in the office.
Well, if you need help.
Your call has been forwarded to
You know, so let's sort of straighten out how we're gonna let me know that we have I know, I usually call Craig and whatever. If I hadn't called Craig, I wouldn't have known that this application had come in. So, you know, we need to set up a formula or a format obviously Craig's office gets the applicants, that you bring them in. And you review it, and then what happens after you review it and make sure they have everything they need in it?
I hand it to Donna.
You give it to Donna. So, and I have to do the agenda, I
And I
should,
don't know necessarily what time that they're gonna be
right,
at that.
right. And I,
You sure he didn't call them, Donna?
no,
I
she
did
didn't,
not call him. I never call the applicants,
well, maybe,
never.
well, maybe to establish a time, maybe that's what needs to change.
I'll be glad to call them if it's
Yeah.
my duty, I'd
Yeah.
be glad to do it,
Yeah.
not a problem.
Sometimes we accept
You have
applications
to call an applicant anyway.
the day before.
You
but-
want?
Sometimes we get applications and we can be a little
You know what?
easy, if you will, in accepting them the day before. And I know it puts a time frame, but somehow we've got to figure out, maybe I need to be less lenient on accepting early applications. They're supposed to have them in, 2 weeks before? I've tried to be understanding about that, and if people get them in and we don't have a heavy agenda, I don't see any problem with us of them coming in. But, we just have to be sure we're all on the same page, that's my
Did he
concern.
appear when was he here last meeting?
No,
Okay.
this came into Craig's office this last week,
Problem, yeah.
and so,
So what is the protocol now? It's
well.
2 weeks?
I need to hear from these two guys.
I guess I made an assumption. Craig brought it into my office and he says, I've got an application. I looked at it and I said, okay. I assumed he had called the applicant. And it sounds like you have talked to the applicant?
Right, when he brought it.
When he brings it in, he tells him when he
You
brings,
told him what day was gonna be the meeting.
And the planning board starts at
yeah,
7.
yeah. But we need confirmation from the planning
Oh,
board.
yeah, that's,
So would you be willing to, when you do get the application, call?
sure, I'll be glad to
Well, number
call.
one, you should call me and make sure that we have the time that he's coming in. And then I can put it on the agenda appropriately.
I made an assumption, so
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
Don't
Made
worry
the
about it. It's
assumption.
not the end of the world, and we just need to, And if
We made
Donna's
20
not it,
bucks.
pardon?
We made $20.
Yeah, yeah. If Donna's not in, if you could let me know. I mean, somehow we've got to get this so the applicant does get called. I mean, usually we don't have this kind of a situation.
No, we don't.
It's
Oh,
usually.
it's me.
I told him what day it
Yeah,
was, and
yeah,
it starts
yeah.
at 7.
You know, for what it's worth, Craig's the point man. He's the guy that they come and see
Yeah,
when they want to do something. So
But I don't make the agenda.
that's,
No.
yeah.
Just get the application.
yeah, he just gets the application
Yeah, I
and
was
pass
gonna
it on
say
to
that would
them.
be, yeah, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that's true.
I think we should just vote to hold Donna responsible for everything.
Okay.
Works for me.
Who wants to make that motion?
I'll make a motion.
I don't care.
All righty. One other thing that came up, Judy and Craig and I talked earlier today, and my mind just went blank. Oh, it was about solar farms, thank you. There was if you want to explain if you want to take the mic so that people.
We don't have anything about solar farms in the ordinance, just a definition, that's it.
So evidently, can you explain why this came up? They came in with a letter, the wanting,
They wanted me to sign some letter, we sent it to the attorney says don't sign it, because it puts me in the liability for future problems, if they have any future problems, so we're not signing any letters that they need for that.
I guess it was
But the lawyer has said that, there's nothing in the ordinance on solar farms.
So-
There are wind farms and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but nothing on a solar farm, so probably ought to figure out what you want to put in the ordinance for a solar farm, and get that.
the
I mean, that's the only
yeah.
one we have.
Yeah.
That's a commercial one. Sleeper's got one, but that's his own, so.
Yeah, well, the issue is that specifically, solar farms are not listed in the land use table and what zones they're allowed in. And the way the conversation went today was evidently Ben questioned how we could have approved it if it was not listed in the land use table. My response to that is that we do not always know or have the foresight, we don't have a town planner, that type of thing, to know, we can't predict the future. We did put in a description of a solar farm under the descriptions, but how this got approved was in the land use table under both industrial and commercial uses, there's an other section. And and this is a commercial use, and it's allowed in the rural zone and the commercial zone. So we, as a board, approved it under other commercial. But if it makes people more comfortable, we added telecommunication towers, only because that one came in and we didn't have it in. So it's too late to try to get that one line into the land use table for March. So if Donna could make a note that at the first of the year, we can talk about this, and my guess is nothing's going to change. It will be in the rural and the commercial area. I don't think we want them in shoreland zoning or that kind of thing. So we can just add that item at the June special town meeting, and then it will be permanently encased in the land use table. But in the meantime, that other category has worked for specific things that are not like this, that are not specifically stated. Is everybody comfortable with that, or?
Oh, I am.
We discussed that back when we talked about the solar farm, that it wasn't necessary to do a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. Well, from a legal point of view, I guess Ben would be more comfortable if it were in the land use table. We obviously talked about it because we put a description in, and in the description category. But anyway, so we'll do that. If you could make a note for maybe even.
So are we gonna have a whole section in the ordinance?
No. All we're gonna do is put it in the, it's on page 63 or 64. Just add it to the land use table chart. And then when the next applicant comes in, it will be handled like it is now. It will be handled. The only thing we will need to discuss will be what zones or districts, if we want it in other area other than rural and commercial. That will be the only subject that's needed discussion.
So is Donna gonna call this guy, get him scheduled for the
I'll call
January
him.
6th?
Okay, so it looks like we've given him 10 minutes. It seems kind of silly to sit here and do it a lot of times. I can't think of anything else to say except hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. And
Well, this afternoon, I was reading my emails.
you need a mic.
I was wanted to get up to date on my emails, and there was an email there from the Shopper's Guide. They're not going to print another shopping guide until after New Year's. So if this man had come in, I could not have
So we
advertised.
wouldn't have been able to accept this application.
I wouldn't be able to get a public hearing till
Yeah.
the second meeting in January.
Yeah, okay. So we'll say that we will call him and tell him to come in at 7 o'clock on the 6th of January. And then that way we know that the shopping guide will be
Right,
printing and be able to.
7 o'clock on the 6th.
Okay,
I got a question,
sure.
Joyce. Concerning those solar panels. Now, the one down here, was it the,
Across from Tiedemann?
across,
She wants to.
across from Tiedemann's,
Yeah.
is there a timetable of when that thing's gonna be completed?
Right.
He's come in to reduce the size of it, correct? Correct.
He's making it a little bit smaller, and he's submitting a new plan to me of what's going on, and he's gotta pay. Last time, I don't know what Norman done, but he charged him on a building permit of $8,700, and there was actually a solar application with equal to $21,000, so.
Oh, my.
But now it has
So
to,
he's making it smaller again? Came back once and made it smaller.
I don't know anything about that. I was, yeah.
Not that it matters, because they can make it smaller.
Yeah. So what were you going to say, Pete?
and now a new ordinance,
He did it.
when we upgraded, Should we have a timetable?
Well, usually, with a conditional use permit, they have 2 years
on his
to
permit.
begin
Right
or
now,
complete
2
the
years and
project.
6 months, so.
So he has
Start
been
over with new
making
permits.
slow movement steps in that 2-year time frame,
That's not
but he
complete.
just hasn't completed it. And the way the ordinance is written, at least the way I interpreted it, was that the actions that he's taken to make some advancement has fallen within the 2-year allowed timeframe. If you want, I could ship an email off to Ben, and the question was, do we have to hold another public hearing or anything? It seemed to me that if he had started the movement of action, whatever it was, within the 2-year timeframe, he met whatever the qualifications and conditions were for the ordinance, he probably needed to have a new permit from Craig.
He didn't pay the right permit anyway, he was
Oh, he
way
didn't?
off.
Oh.
He never pulled a solar farm permit,
Oh,
so,
okay.
Do we have a solar farm?
excuse me,
Do we have a solar farm application?
yep.
We do?
So if you want,
Oh.
if you're more comfortable, I will get in touch with Ben and see, maybe I'm wrong in what I said. God only knows that's happened before, if you would prefer me to.
Oh, okay. Well, it probably would be a good idea,
Okay,
because I'm kind of concerned as time marches on, the regulations change. Now,
Oh, we're talking about two
Shut it down
different
anyway. We should have shut it down, but there's trees that were cut over on the other property.
right, he did,
That was
remember
a
he,
liability thing, nothing to the town. They're the one who pulled this permit. It would have been all done in the
Well,
town to get
they just
done.
put a stop work order on it, and that only took like 2 weeks or
Didn't
something
we
like that.
ask
They
them to have a
planted trees, but
pond,
they didn't
Joyce?
continue.
And then he was okay to continue at that
I
point.
don't
Right,
remember
okay,
that.
from what
I
I,
thought the solar farms did a bond.
oh, a bond.
and right, there was an issue with that too, of the bond that was $200,000, and the selectmen at the time wanted $712,000 for a bond, and we don't have that. And
See,
the bond
that's-
ran out after 1 year.
yeah, that's them to do, we
And that's
don't,
Be a decommissioning bond, where it runs out in 1 year, what's good's that in 20 years from now, and
Right.
all right, I will ship an email to Ben. If not, call him, and he will email me back, and I'll see that everybody gets it.
But I read about these solar panels, they don't even have a value for junking.
there's not nothing in them.
You know, nothing really in them, or they're all gonna hit a landfill somewhere or something, there's gonna be millions of them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I wonder if this should be like liquor licenses. Each town or city can only have so many liquor licenses or something. I don't know, that's just a
I
thought.
say, drill, baby, drill.
Bill, baby, Bill.
Oh, you mean the saturation law?
Bill, baby, Bill. All right, since the applicant's not here and we don't have any means of getting in touch with him, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Bob made a motion to adjourn, is there a second? Pete seconded. All in favor? All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike, we're off.